Hey, what's up guys? So I wanted to just do a quick review on this generic balisong trainer that I got from Amazon. There's definitely some things I like about it, and there's also some things I don't like about it. So that's what this video is about. Is it worth it? So let's get started. So I guess one of the first positive things I can say about this is I like the aesthetics of it. I do like that the handle and the blade are a different color. It gives it a lot more of a realistic look. And there's a lot of trainers out there that they have like the handle and the blade are all black or all gray or whatever, but I do like that these are different. I just think that makes it, for realism wise, I think it's just a good, I think it looks more realistic, let's just put it that way, which I do like, because when you're flipping it fast, it comes off looking like a real knife. Plus it had really good reviews. It got like 14 ratings and it was like 4.5 stars. The blade itself isn't sharp at all, like at all. You're not going to accidentally cut yourself. If you're not wearing shoes though, you could hurt your foot or something like that. So I guess another thing about this that I would have to say I really don't particularly like is I got this knife Saturday. It's almost Wednesday, and you see how loose the handles already are. Now, when companies build these things, they know people aren't just going to be like slowly opening them. So building these things to last is actually like a big deal. But yeah, so I mean the build quality probably isn't the best. There's probably much better ones. Granted though, this was like I said, it was $30 full price, but it was marked down to like $12. So it's not going to be like top of the line or anything, but for what it is, it's not bad. That's all I'm going to say about that. This T-latch right here, and this happens with a lot of balisongs, is it locks it first and then it just kind of gets like super loose, so it makes it harder to lock later. Not that anybody's really locking them for anything other than when they're just not using them, and even then it kind of sometimes does actually lock, but for the most part it doesn't. Sometimes this does get in the way. I'll do something and it'll be like inward like this, and yeah, kind of ruins the whole trick. So that's kind of where that is. Another thing I don't particularly like about this specific trainer is the thickness of the handles. If you can see that gap right there, they're super thick handles. It took a little while for me to get used to it, catching it in my hand. Also, these are very rectangular handles, and the trainer I had before this one had more of a circular grip, so that was a little bit of getting used to, but that's not really the knife's fault. That's just something I had to get used to. And as far as how it controls in your hand, I think now that I'm getting more used to it, it's a lot better. Obviously at first there's a learning curve with that. For the most part, it's not a bad knife trainer. I don't like the holes. It's hard pressed to find one that doesn't have the holes in it. Now they do have a lot of CSGO knives on Amazon that are from the game that are they don't have any holes in it, and they look pretty realistic, but they're curved, and I wanted a straight model. So I haven't never tried one. I might actually buy one of those at some point. They're not too expensive and they look pretty cool. But since I haven't been balisong flipping long, so I wanted to get used to a straight, you know, the completely straight blade and straight handles and all that first. But a lot of people are saying that there's not much of a difference there, so it might not be a huge deal. Right here on the blade, it's written "cannot be sharpened," which I kind of like that. It is actually good that they wrote that on there. I don't mind that actually at all, because if for some reason someone stops me about this, it literally says on the blade itself, "cannot be sharpened." So I do like that. I do think that the holes should have been on the other side, because this is the bite handle, meaning that this would be the sharp end of the knife. But doesn't it look like that it would be this side of the knife? Or is that just me? I feel like that this is actually backwards. I feel like that this is the sharp edge. This should be the sharp edge, but it's actually this edge. So that can be confusing if I ever did get a real balisong knife and I'm practicing everything and grab the wrong handle. Overall, out of 5, I'd have to give this a 3.5 because I do have complaints about it, but I can't complain that much because I have been using it pretty extensively. It is, like I said, a lot looser, and it's only been a few days, so I might not even have this by the next video. And I don't even do like really crazy, a lot of crazy tricks. Like I said, I just started balisong flipping like weeks ago. So yeah, would I recommend buying it? I would while it's on sale, because it does have a cool look to it. It is pretty hefty in the hand, so if you're looking for something that, if you have bigger hands, this is definitely a great choice for you. I don't see why this wouldn't be a good choice. I, on the other hand, have like pretty medium to, I feel like I have small hands. I might not, I'm not sure. But I feel like my hands aren't really the size that was in mind when they built this. But so yeah, it's not a bad trainer. Like I said, I might take this off myself. I don't particularly like this, and I can figure out the bite handle situation later. Maybe put a little piece of tape or something around it. But other than that, I'll leave a link to this in the description if you're curious about checking it out. Actually, this one came in like a bundle. It came with like a carrying case and some keychain, little screwdrivers, and also like this weird saw card thing that I guess can saw and do a bunch of stuff, like a multi-tool card. I'm actually not quite sure what it does because the instructions on what everything does is in kanji. But yeah, so not a bad little set. It's on Amazon. It's Amazon's choice. Check it out if you're interested, and I will catch you guys in the next video.